Guys, welcome back to the Physique Factory podcast. We haven't done one of these for a while, so welcome back. And yeah, I think we're going to kick this one off with splits, training splits, what the best split is. There's a lot of shit out there, so I think it's a nice, easy one to get into rather than do all the heavy fucking biomechanics.
We always start a podcast with that. Oh, we haven't done one for a while.
Yeah,
Let's
we
just be
actually haven't.
honest. We don't do them very often.
Yeah, we got into a good routine of doing it though, didn't we? Where we was literally doing one every week where we schedule it in, but with us both getting busier and busier, it's hard to find the time.
Yeah, and where's Gav? Nowhere to be seen.
Who is Gav?
Exactly. Yeah, Gav is also a busy man as well. So it's see with three people, I don't think people appreciate how hard it is to get a time that suits everyone.
Exactly. I think it's with like Gav does a lot of PT as well, and so he's always on the gym floor, and it's hard to find
Yeah,
that time available. And
well,
plus,
that's
he's
it.
got family, kids. Well, you have as well, but
Yeah,
yeah,
no, I have kid there, not kids there.
kids.
Yeah, there's a difference. I think if someone said to me the other day, and it's been said to me before, they're like, "Yeah, don't have a second. Whatever you do, don't have a
Yeah,
second."
I'm not gonna have a first. Fucking hell.
It always proceeds with, "I love my kids, but."
Yeah, there's a but to it.
Go on. Don't say you won't have a first because it happens. Just sometimes it just happens, right?
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
That's all I'm going to say. I mean, yeah, you've had some pretty big changes personally recently.
Yeah, we're not even thinking of the podcast since that, have we? Fuck.
We've maybe
Um,
done one, but I don't think we've mentioned James's personal life. It was a touchy subject for a while.
Yeah, it was for a while. Everything's all good now though, but it was a fucking rocky one.
Yeah.
So yeah, getting into that, I split up with. I
Or
know,
maybe
yeah,
not getting into
I know I'm
that.
not getting into it. Yeah, split up with my fiance after like 5.5 years. He just like I don't know.
This isn't free therapy. Don't use it for
Yeah, I know this is free for we get everything out. I don't need that. I'm fine. I'm actually all right.
that.
But yeah, literally just split with my fiance after 5.5 years. It sort of just got a bit like I don't know, bad at the end was going to each other,
Are
arguing a
you
lot.
crying, James?
And I am, yeah, and then yeah, and then basically that so that was that. There's a few other things, but yeah, I mean she like didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing bad against her or anything shit like that. I'm not gonna start chatting shit. I
An
mean,
official statement from James.
yeah, exactly. I know she didn't do anything wrong. No like shit on her or anything like that. Did fucking a lot of shit for me and I still
I,
fucking
I I love how you're talking about this, by the way, and your hat just says drama.
yeah, I know. Well, there ain't no drama no more. But yeah, so yeah, she did a lot of shit for me, and I still do like fucking care about her. And oh, she's good and everything. But yeah, so it's just one of those things. And then obviously the last like month started seeing
This is
who,
getting personal. I didn't think you were going to go
yeah,
this deep.
and then yeah, it's everything's all good.
Yeah, let's talk about training.
In a good spot. You asked me the fucking question, didn't you? Right, before we talk about training, is there any drama in your life at the moment?
There's not drama. There was something funny yesterday, but yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I had a message from Connor saying, "Fuck, I've just done a consultation. I just realised I had a booger on my nose, like bogey on his nose." In the consult, I was like, I hope they didn't know. And there's
Well,
like,
I
yeah,
don't know if it was there during the consultation. So it was an in-person consultation, and I was at the gym, and then I just left. I went home after it, and I went into the bathroom, looked in the mirror, and I was like, "Oh, there's a bit of snot on my nose." So it wasn't like a hard green bogey. It was more like when you got like a snotty nose and like a little bit
oh yeah,
dripped out.
that's not too bad. I was expecting like a really hard green bogey right in the middle of your
No,
nose.
but like it was still like you looked in the mirror and you're like, "Fuck, I hope that's not been there the whole time." So
It wasn't.
maybe
Yeah,
that's why I've not landed that one yet.
yeah. You not heard from him since blocked.
No.
Oh, fucking here's one for you. I had a consultation the other week. Got on the call with him. All sound seemed all right. He was like, yeah, I'll sign up, like buzzing. And anyway, I went to chase him up on his food diary because we normally have people sending food diaries over to set up, don't we? We'd both do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, chased him up. He fucking blocked me. He
Wow.
fucking, I know. And I was like, what the fuck? It was like, you could literally just message me and say, I'm not going to go ahead. That's fine. I was like, yeah, fair, fair.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
fucking weirdo blocked me. This is what we got to deal with. Fucking weirdos. So here's one for you. If you are listening, if you are inquiring, Just don't be a weirdo. Just say, oh, it's not for me. This, not the other. It will be for you because we'll get results for you. Um, but yeah, if there's for every reason that you're not going to sign up, just literally tell us rather than blocking us because they're just going to think, wow, you're a fucking weirdo, which you are.
Have you ever had a client do that, like when they're an existing client and then they just like stop hearing anything from them?
Um, to be fair, not a lot. They always tell you because
Yeah.
they'll always keep charging them. So,
Fuck's sake.
no, literally, you got to tell us. I was like, I can't. If we don't hear from you, I'm not going to stop fucking like the fucking direct debits. Just say, I'm sorry, I can't continue with coaching for whatever reason. And
I think it's easy to forget about it in that instance. When you're coaching a lot of people, it's quite easy to like, if someone's not said anything, it'd be easy to forget about it. But like personally, I actually had to cancel some once because I was like, I've not heard from you for like a good month, and I'd been messaging quite a lot and like reaching out quite a lot, and I hadn't heard anything. And again, I'm not gonna be a dick about it. I'm not gonna go too harsh on it because like I know people can have maybe things going on personally. I've had experiences before where someone's maybe like ignored me and then got back to me maybe like 6 months, a year down the line, but look, this is what happened. And again, like it's not the right thing to do in their behalf either, but like, yeah, I know things happen. I definitely know, but I also know if it was me and I was working with someone, I would tell
tell them,
them.
give them the courtesy and literally just telling them. And then,
Yeah,
yeah,
not even tell them what it is, just like tell them that okay, I'm not going to be doing this for a while.
there's a lot of shit that's going on.
Yeah, I'll be back in touch. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's, if you just ghost someone like that,
But I had a client say to me something quite interesting was, but because I'm not sure, I don't think you do it the same way, but I get my clients to send a voice note over for their check-in, and in a voice note they're just talking about how the last week's went, giving me a bit more detail and a bit more context. And one of my clients said to me, she's like, it's really hard hearing yourself say it back when you've maybe not done what you should have done. Like that's really hard to hear yourself saying that. So it's almost easier to like ignore it and like just pretend it never happened. And I think that's maybe what some of these people are doing. Maybe. But
ignoring it. That's
I
it.
think be with coaching, be open, and honest with your coach. I've had people say to me, "Oh, I dreaded doing this check-in before," and I'm like, "Why? Why dread it? Like, if you've had a great week, you don't dread it, right? Because you're going to come on, you're going to tell me, I've done this, I've smashed this, I've done that. Weight's dropping, whatever." But then when people haven't had a good week, they're, "Oh, I didn't, I'm dreading doing this. Don't want to tell you." It's like, well, we're kind of there for the bad weeks. That's our job, isn't it?
That's it.
If they're,
Exactly.
if they're all just good weeks, we're just changing numbers, if that.
Yeah, man. That's
You
it.
I was just on my other podcast. I'm just going to do a wee plug for my other podcast that I've just started, which is more from a gym owner's perspective, so it might not be of interest to many people in this one, which is called Barbells in Business. Sounds really cool, way. But we were just talking on that, and I had a guest on there, and he said that like with online coaching, he feels like he needs to make changes every week to kind of show his worth, sort of thing. Like, do you ever get that with online coaching? That
Feel
like,
yeah. Sometimes I'm like, I need to fucking change something here because we've been doing the same thing for the last 4 weeks and we're still progressing, getting there nicely. But in terms of the client's point of view, do we need to change something so we can stay engaged, or it looks like I'm actually doing something? But I think not doing something is doing something. If you get me.
definitely, because like I think a lot of clients would be if they were doing it by themselves, they'd be like, "All right, okay, I've got to drop calories again. I've got to do this, or I've got to change to this, or whatever," and then they could end up making the wrong move. Actually, by not doing anything, you're making the right move. But I'm just really blunt with it. I'm like, I could make a change here for the sake of making a change, but I'm not gonna, like, because that's not the right thing to do.
Exactly, just for the sake of doing it. And I think it's explaining that as well,
Yeah,
because there's going to be literally, even if it goes on for like 4 weeks, there's going to be a time after that where you're going to have to change something because it's either going to go into a different phase or they're going to plateau or something's going to pop up that you've got to change or do.
yeah, that's it. Something's going to happen, definitely. But you get that as well. Like, so it reminds me of a story a little bit of a client I had one time. And again, we're not here to smack talk clients, but this is just quite a funny story. Who I coached for 3 weeks, right? Started getting really good results. Things were moving really well. And then this person texts me, and they're like, "All right, Connor, I've got this from here. I think I can do it from here. Yeah, that's me. I don't need coaching anymore." And I was like, "You fucking what?"
Out of nowhere.
Like just like insulted my like kind of life's work of like, oh yeah, everything I've learned in 3 weeks. That's it. That's all I need is maybe I've done a really great service in 3 weeks. Who knows? But if that's the
No,
case,
people are idiots. Yeah,
I'll up the
you don't,
price.
yeah, you don't do that. Like literally, that is a shit client. Anyway, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna be a shit client. Literally,
Think,
that's it. You said, I'm out after 3 weeks. Who the
yeah,
fuck was that? I really hope he's gained about fucking 20 kg in fat since.
I don't know. I don't know.
Probably
Maybe they've
has
gotten really well. Maybe they're just saying maybe I taught them everything they needed to know in 3 weeks, but I
three
doubt it.
fucking weeks.
Coaching's more of a process than that. I mean, like, you worked with Josh McHale before. How long did you work with Josh?
Fucking hell, over 3 years.
Over 3 years. There you go.
We've
And
had him on 3 times as well on this
yeah,
podcast.
popular man in this podcast.
He is. No, I've not. When did I see him? Saw him a few weeks ago as well. Had a
Yeah.
catch up. But yeah, I've we had Christian on as well. Christian's coaching me this year, in case I've not announced it. So I'm starting prep in May, doing shows September, October. So yeah, see what I can do. Need to
All,
get leaner than last time.
all the
So
initial, all the official announcements, sorry, from James today.
I know the official. I'll put it on my story. I tagged him in one of the posing shots.
Yeah. What shows are you doing?
You know what? I have no idea, but I'm going to do PCA. I know that. So it's going to be September, October. PCA FitX, WFF. It's a new federation that used to be NFM. So they've got
All
one
right,
in
okay.
Wellington, which isn't far from me. Um, British finals, PCA, and then fucking
You've got to qualify for that though, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're just competent.
I'm going to do 2 or 3 qualifiers. I'm going to
Yeah.
do classic and men's physique because I want to get a sword in men's physique. I ain't getting a fucking.
Where are the locations of the shows?
They're all going to be relatively local because there's some in what is it? There's Hull, Staffordshire. Again, these are only like 1 to 2 hours away. There's PCA Manchester. If I'm going to be ready, but that's at the start of September. And then there's PCA London, which is a bit of a mooch. And then there's the
Mm.
British finals, mid-October. And then there's some other ones like FitX and that WFF, and then two bros because I want to do a show abroad. I'm not expecting to win my pro card or anything. I just want to do it for the
Just
experience.
about experience, yeah. It'd be quite cool to come to one of your shows, actually. I've never seen you compete, so I
Yeah,
am personally, I'm not one bit interested in competing in bodybuilding at the minute. Just, I don't know, just not interested.
yeah, that's it. It's hard, isn't it? You need to be in that zone. I mean, like, I've been getting myself psyched up. I'm like, fucking hell, right, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this. And then, yeah,
You've got to want to do it, don't you? Like, I think if you go in half-heartedly, then it's you're not going to get the best results out of it, put it that way. With bodybuilding, it's extreme, isn't it?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to fucking hammer it.
I've seen me some years when I've prepped and it's been all that's been on my mind really. It's like a single track mind. It's like I'm getting fucking shredded. I'm doing this. I'm going to be the best I can. I'm going to get the best results I can. That last year I competed in 2023, didn't really have that the same. Didn't get as lean as I could have got. You know, it just wasn't really top of my mind. It's never been top of my mind since. Like, so I'm not going to kid myself on. I'm not going to compete for the sake of competing. Like, I'll maybe do it at some point, but. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Might just sound like a photo shoot to break it up, the monotony.
do it. Yeah, do it.
Yeah, see how I feel. I'm dieting right now, to be fair. I'm fucking starving right now. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I
You,
hate food right now.
yeah, it's so extreme, isn't it? It's like one extreme to the next. Like you don't want to eat, and then next thing, like all you can think about is eating.
Literally, I don't know why this off season, like, I'm staying relatively lean, but I keep pushing the fucking food high, and it's just hardly anything's moving. Well, to be fair, I've hit 101 kg, so
What's the
my,
heaviest you've been?
I think I got to like 107, but I look like a blob. There was no lines or anything, but still got abs now. Still got the fucking lines in my legs, still very vascular.
We all get to a blob sometimes.
Yeah, there's always that blob stage. You'll hit the blob stage.
Yeah, yeah. I enjoy getting there. But yeah, like I don't know if I enjoy being there. But like I would say I was like not blob stage, but I wasn't great at the beginning of the year. I was like 81 for me is actually like quite like blobby. But it wasn't the worst, but like it was just an uncomfortable place. So sitting at like 75 now, I'm like just about to break into the 74s. Hoping by the end of the month I'll see like 73.9 at least, if nothing else. And like I know 73 kilos for me is quite a nice spot where I'm like decently lean, but not like stupidly lean. Like it doesn't hurt.
That's me. That's like 91 for me. If I get down to 91, then I'm in a good spot. But hopefully that goes up and like 92, 93 in the same, condition.
I find for me like so I competed at like 68 kilos the last time. Um and anything under 70 hurts. Like physically fucking
Yeah,
hurts
I know
every
what you
day.
mean when you get down to that. You're like, I can't be asked moving, and I was like, fuck, everything's heavy, and I was like, I can't like thinking hurts. It's like this is awful.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely does. And like obviously you've got to run a business alongside that as well. It's not as if you're just like working for someone, just turn up to work and that's it. But
Oh,
yeah, like luckily for you, the majority of our workload on the group anyway is going to be this next month, and then and then it'll not be too bad for you because yeah, like we've got obviously another launch of Elevate that is coming up. The priority list is in our bios, by the way, so if you want to check it out, get in there. If you join the priority list, what that gets you, it doesn't mean you've got to sign up to the program. I've had some people being like, oh, if I join the list, does that mean I have to sign up? It's like no, it's a waiting list for the program. You'll get an email when the program goes on sale. You'll get exclusive access to the £99 offer. £99 for 8 weeks of coaching. How fucking great is that? Um, and yeah, it's honestly for £99, it's a fucking steal. You
we
know,
got some sick results as well the last time we ran it, didn't we? So we got like nearly 70 people on it, and we got
yeah.
some big results. Like three of my guys dropped height up to 12 kg in 8 weeks, which is insane.
8 weeks, that is quick to be fair. But yeah, like it's you know what, like I'm not just saying this because it's ours. It genuinely like for £99, it is the best value fat loss program out there.
It
And it's ran by
works.
us. It's not ran by cunts. Well, maybe.
You know us as well. You listen to us, so why not?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Anyway, let's stop trying to plug that. I think it sounded pushy now. We're like those car sales guys. It's like,
Like Greg Doucette. Have you watched some of his YouTube?
yeah, I've watched some of his. Yeah,
Yeah, where he keeps going to his supplements. I was like, oh yeah, if this then get Turk Builder. I was like,
Yeah,
no,
you need
no,
testosterone.
yeah, it wasn't like about like literally talking about anything like that, but buy testosterone, like
Have you
the
seen these like
worst
salesy
supplement.
guys on Instagram? I get hit with I forget what he's called, this bald guy, this bald like kind of Texan guy all the time. And he's like, how many cars you sell this month? And then they're like, oh, 20. He's like, if I kidnapped your family and told you you had to sell 40 cars this month, would you sell 40 cars? And he's like, yeah. And then like people are commenting and they're like, what kind of kidnapper demands these sort of things?
Jesus,
It's
40
just
cars.
fucking ridiculous. But like you see all their like objection handling and they're like, oh yeah, you need to think about it. That's great, that's fine. What exactly about the program do you need to think about? Like see if someone tries to sell like that to me and like they're trying to be too pushy, they just put me off.
Yeah, exactly. Like, whoa, fucking hell! It's
Yeah.
just like be easy with it.
Give me space. Yeah. If I
Yeah.
want to do it, I'll do it. If I don't want to do it, I won't do it. It doesn't matter how much you try and push the buttons, it's not going to change it. Yeah, like I fucking hate that shit. It's all over Instagram at the minute as well, though. Like these fucking sales guys and
Oh no, we get them all the time.
half of
What?
them are scam artists anyway, these guys.
There's a squirrel in my fucking like hanging plant basket outside, fucking buried in a nut. What the actual fuck?
What color is squirrel?
It's a grey squirrel. We don't get no red ones down here.
What one's more common again? I can't remember. The
Grey,
grey ones.
grey. Yeah, the red ones are endangered, aren't they?
There's my dog jumping up on a wall, sniffing over at the next garden. She yeah, before we came on this, we were a bit late starting this because my dog came back in from being out with the dog walker and she clearly rolled in some sort of shit because it was stinking. So I had to take her in the garden and hose her down. So she's raging, sat out there drying. That's the worst thing about having a dog when that happens. So bad.
Yeah, but it is
I'm
fucking
surprised
sick.
you've not got a cat in your house, you know that?
I know, yeah. No, well, we've got Pablo. He's round at my mum's, so
Yeah,
I
I
go.
suppose it's not far away, is it?
Yeah, it's literally about a 2 minute walk, so I go and see him pretty much every day.
Yeah, or he could walk to you, to be fair.
He could literally walk to me because I've seen him knocking around these like this part.
Yeah,
So
does he know where you live?
no, no, I don't want him to know where I live because he'll be fucking showing up in my back garden.
Well, that's what happens. I remember like one day I went out a walk with a dog and the cat seen me and the cat followed me like like where those woods and everything are up near my house. Like
Yeah,
cat followed me up there. I was like, "What are you doing up here? Why are you in the woods?"
yeah, they follow. That's what my cat does. He fucking follows you. So I've got to leave him in the house. When I leave the house, else he's gonna follow me up the fucking street.
They're curious, like they just want to see what you're doing. Um anyway, we're going to talk about training splits. We haven't talked about them yet. And
Finally, the actual thing about the podcast that we're going to talk about.
yeah, I've got a different training split now, to be fair. I've
Oh yeah,
actually yeah, I've came off the bro split because obviously, I reached out to Josh, your car member. You worked with him before for your shoulder stuff. I've had an ongoing kind of like flare up in my back for a while now. And yeah, Josh basically helped me out with that. So yeah. So he took me off a bro split. Still doing a lot of the same exercises, or a lot of similar exercises, but they're just spread a bit differently, with some like different cues and like some physio shit. We'll just call it physio shit. I think that's the easy way to do it.
He's good, isn't he? He knows his stuff. He's really good.
Yeah, yeah. As you said to me before, there's a logic behind most of the stuff that he's doing. So it's not as if it's just like, right, here's a random program, go try that. It's like he's actually thought about it, which, programming should be that way. And again, that doesn't mean that it needs to be, for any fancy reasons. It could just be like I was speaking to a client the other day who had worked with someone before, and their programming was like, say it was, I don't know, let's just say leg extension and then adductor and then a seated hamstring curl, and the leg extension was on one level of the gym, the adductor was on floor three, and the line seated hamstring curl was down there. So like it could simply just be, well, those machines are next to each other. Do that, then that. Like make it make sense.
Who the fuck puts that like leg equipment on different floors? You just have it on the
Pure
same.
Gym, that's who does it.
Oh God, that's terrible.
Yeah, Pure Gym in Stirling. And that's they've got like 3 floors. So
Well,
yeah,
they don't have a clue how to fucking like actually like put a gym together, do they?
yeah. I was in it once as well. I can't even remember what it looked like. I don't even think I went upstairs. You know
Yeah,
that.
I've not been in a pure gym in years.
Yeah, I've been in twice in my life, and they were both pretty awful experiences, to be honest.
Yeah, it's terrible. Terrible.
What is the best gym you've ever been to? Like, little side question there, but what is the best gym you've ever been
Oh, it's King's Jim Berry, of course.
to? Apart from the one that you work out of in like
So fucking hell.
Metcon.
That's of Jesus Christ. No, we can't mention that name on here. Yeah. No comment. No comment.
Drama.
Read it. Uh, Best gym. Fuck me. I think it's just got to be Ultra for like Rotherham, probably because the amount of kit they've got in there. But I'm trying to think actual like gym. I don't like the vibe in Rotherham. It is a good
I don't
gym.
like Ultra Flexes at all from that perspective. I think they're great for equipment, but like it's just a big warehouse. Like, yeah, I wouldn't want to train at one. Put it that way.
I'm trying to think.
I wouldn't
Fuck.
want to train at one all the time. Sorry, just to clarify, I would
Yeah.
definitely go down for like a single session, try out some of the kit. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. I trained at like quite a few gyms, but I can't think right off the top of my head. Like that's the best gym I've been to.
One stands out to me, Gladius Gym in Halmstad in Sweden, or Halmstad, I can't remember what it's called. Do you remember I was like sending you pictures of like all the flex fitness stuff they've got there, and they've just got like loads of really cool old school kit, and it wasn't a massive gym either. It was more like a small kind of like everything's quite close to each other, and like there's not a lot of floor space, but I like that. I think that's really cool. Like cool vibes and great gym. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Well,
It's tough. Like, I mean, do you prefer like a big open environment, or do you like something that is like quite small, quite close?
um, I don't. It just depends.
Yeah.
Again, like lighting, the vibe. Obviously, the kit's a big one.
Kit is the biggest one, and atmosphere. I think atmosphere makes a difference.
Atmosphere, yeah, and the type of people who train in there. So you went to a JD, you don't want people like that who train at JDs in
Yeah.
there. But
For a lot
yeah,
of people, gyms are just about location a lot of the time, I think, and then amenities or amenities, whatever you call it. But what was I going to say? Like, the like I don't know, there's something about like when gyms get too big, like Ultraflex, for example. I don't really like that. I don't like that as much as I like a smaller gym where it's like not too small either, but like again, if you think of like the Body Academy where I used to train, it probably comes from spending years training there. It's not massive, but it's got everything you need. It's got a couple of like really good bits of kit. It's got quite a few good bits of kit. And like a good community. Like that's
yeah.
what I would
Oh,
look for in a gym.
it is a gym that comes to mind. So it is Elite Physique in the Wirral. So it's a really good gym. So it's like a semi-private gym. They cap the members, and he puts a lot of money into like the kit, and
Yeah.
it's I really like the vibe in there. It's chilled, it's good. The kit's amazing. Luke, the guy who runs it, is sound as fuck. I think I really enjoyed that gym. I really like that gym.
I need to look into that. I've never even heard of it. Where's the place you were at where they had like two or three Nautilus pull downs?
2-3 Nautilus pull downs. Oh, Muscle Bound Bradford.
Yeah, that's mad. Like that's just mad having like you don't need more than one of them.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous that they have like 5 leg extensions, 5 line leg curls, 5 seated leg curls. I'm like, what the
That
actual
that Madhouse gym in Georgia looks like that. They've just got like fucking everything. Like Madhouse is the name for it. Like
madhouse?
I'd love to go just to go visit that gym. Like that's something I could get into. Is just visiting places to try out gyms.
Yeah, it'd be sick, that wouldn't it? Oh, well,
Yeah.
he used that Nebula leg press the other day at EP in Stockport. God, that's got to be one of my favorite linear leg presses I've
Did,
ever used.
did you go on it and shout lightweight?
Yeah, lightweight, baby.
Yeah, I think it's like iconic, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
for
it's
that reason.
fucking, it's mint, that leg
It's a
press.
35 degree though, isn't it?
Yeah, 35 degree, and then the foot plate's pretty cool in it, where it's got like you've got a top ridge there, and then there's a bottom ridge. So I was getting a shitload of quads when I put my feet a little bit
Mhm.
lower on it, and it just felt mint. And the seat reclines obviously back and forward, but like for me, like my hips, I've got the hips of like a 90-year-old. I don't have much like range in them, but on that leg press, I was literally getting fucking sick depth on it. It was
Mm.
so
That's cool. That's cool. I was very impressed with the Precor one that I got the Precor carrying, but like I think when you own certain gym equipment, it's not as appealing. Almost
yeah.
like
I know when you got it. I like the pre-core though. I really like the pre-core.
yeah,
I've
I
got
like it too, but like yeah, I don't know. You just get used to what you've got, and like you're like oh yeah, it's all right. Yeah, yeah. Like I always loved the Nautilus pull down until I bought one. Now I'm like yeah, they're all right. They're all right.
Yeah, right, exactly. Until you get it, and you're like, oh, you
Yeah.
don't value it as much, do you? Because it's there, but you value something that you don't have.
Yeah, yeah. It's always the grass is always greener, as they say. Training split wise, then, what do you do? What is your training split?
Me, weird one. So I train Monday, Thursday, rest on the Friday, legs on the
I
Saturday.
knew you were weird. You didn't have to tell me
Yeah, it's obvious, and it? Autistic as fuck.
that.
Yeah, then rest on the Sunday. So that Monday to Friday, basically. So it'd be push, mainly chest, bit of delts, triceps. Then today, Tuesday, I don't know, yesterday. What the fuck?
Wednesday
Yeah,
today.
Tuesday. Pull. So literally just back stuff, 2 pull downs, 2 rows, 2 curls, rear delts. Then his legs today. So that'll be. I'm starting doing a lot of single leg stuff because I'm noticing that my left leg is a lot more developed than my right, and I've seemed to have like a bit of an issue with my right leg in terms of stability when I'm pressing anything. It's like it's fucking shaking. I did like single leg extensions. It's fucking shaking like fuck. So I've started putting a lot more single leg stuff in there just for that. So I'm either doing like a squat or a leg press first, and then it's a single leg variation after that. Um, so that's the sort of similar both the days. There's probably a little bit more gluteal ham stuff today, a little bit more quad stuff on the Saturday. Um, Thursday is delts, bit of chest, biceps, triceps, laterals, all that sort of stuff. And then more like quaddy sort of stuff with a little bit of hamstrings on the Saturday.
Hmm, lovely. So, but as an intro, I suppose it's like a combination of push pull legs, but a bro split as well. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's a weird one. Yeah, it's just areas that I want to bring up, putting more volume on. I'm only touching back once a week because back's like my strongest bit, and it's still fucking growing. So I'm only literally the volume's pretty low on back. But yeah,
Do you enjoy training back though? Like, do you like it?
yeah, I really like training back. I think it's like one of the favorite things I like training. In fact, no, push. Push has got to take it. I love training push.
I
So
find that my chest is a body part that like I could probably do one exercise a week and it'd be fine, but I do like training it though.
yeah, it's fun to train. It is
Yeah.
fun training anything push. So I think yeah, no, push is my favorite. Legs, it's a fucking awkward one. Some days I love training legs, and some days I don't, just because I need to see how my knees are because fucking tendonitis. It's up and down. When I'm on a good run of a
Excuses,
bit,
excuses.
I know. It's fucking annoying. It's really annoying.
You should watch one of our latest YouTube videos. It's on my channel actually. I forget what it's called. I went down to Bury and trained with James and Nick, and because like I'm small and natty, and I was doing the same weights as them, if not more, some of them, they guys had to push it a little bit further, and then James started coming out with, oh my knee, yeah,
Yeah, knees are fucked. I couldn't do what leg press. I can't. Yeah, I can't do that Cybex fucking leg press because it batters me. That.
yeah. What about the Cybex hack, right? I think, and I'm not saying it's bad, but I think it's the most overrated piece of equipment out there.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking steep on your knees. Even when I put one of my clients on it, and it's like, "Oh, I just feel it in my knees a lot. It's like, have you got any knee pain? I was like, no, I just feel it in my knees. I went, what do you mean by feeling it in your knees?
I know what you
But
mean. So like just like jointy pain, right? Like
yeah,
feeling rather
no,
than
like
like
an
a
like a
muscle feeling.
tension in your knee and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think like the best hack squat, best hack is that the Atlantis. I love the Atlantis. Any version of Atlantis, it's fucking amazing. Feels so good.
it's pretty good to be fair. Yeah. I like the actual the knotless one, the newer one. Like I
The
just
one
think
that we
that's
had at
quite
Metcon.
yeah, I did like that to be fair.
Yeah, it's
Um
not bad.
the foot angle was a bit odd, wasn't it?
Shallow, weren't it? It needed to be a
Mm.
bit steeper because you got a lot of friction coming back off that pad, and that's when you was getting a lot of knee issues. But we lifted that up at Metcon and changed the angle of it.
Yeah, in that like with that modification, that was really nice. I did like that. Um, Trying to think what else. The Gym 80 one, they have that at the Body Academy. I thought that's like a underrated one. Like no one ever mentions it. Like Gym 80 is probably a brand of kit that probably doesn't get a lot of like talked about a lot now at the minute. But like yeah, I thought it was quite good. It was basic. It was simple. The only thing is like I think a lot of people could maybe do a lot more load than what it could handle because the load was on the back of it. Have you ever used it?
Oh, is it where it's a single loading point?
Single loading point, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've
So I
seen
think
it.
like I personally like I could get like all the 25 plates up it, like, but they were bigger, if you use thinner plates, like you could still load it more. So I wasn't really running into that issue. Um I like the pre-core. I do like the pre-core. The only
That's nice.
problem with that is it bottoms out.
Yeah, that it does bottom out. And if someone's really tall using that, it tops out.
Oh really?
Yeah. There's a really tall guy. I do like a biomechanics sort of seminar at EP ages ago. They used to have one.
Yeah.
Anyway, really, really fucking tall. He went up to the top. He kept hitting the top of it, so he couldn't fully extend his legs. So I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. I suppose it is quite a short frame when you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. My training split's like just yeah, very split up now. It's still like a kind of push day, a pull day, a leg day, and an upper day. But like it's very spread out. I'm actually doing some legs throughout the push as well and the pull. I'm not just in the push, sorry. So it's very spread out. I think his idea was he said like, give the nervous system something different rather than repetitive strains over and over again, repetitive motions. But I've used pretty much a bro split or like a combination of bro split and push pull legs for years. It'd be 4 days a week. Pull would usually be the first day of the week or back and biceps, whatever you want to fucking call it. I don't care what you call it. It's fucking same thing.
Yeah.
And then a push day, which would mostly consist of, as I say, like I don't need to do a lot of chest stuff, so it'd be like one chest press, shoulder press, lateral raises. I'd very rarely do a fucking pec fly, to be honest. But like most of my training career, if you want to call it that, I've just done fucking bro split, to be honest. But people seem to slag it now. People seem to say, "Oh, bro split's not enough." And again, it's what you're talking about, frequency, which I think frequency is a very interesting topic because I don't know personally, if I've experienced an increase in frequency ever actually bringing up body parts or anything like that with
I
myself or
think
clients.
volume and intensity, that's the main thing.
Yeah,
Like,
when volume's all equal and intensity is all equal, I don't know if frequency
I
makes
think
a difference.
there's a study on that, where I think they compared like training one body part a week to training like 2 or 3 times a week, and volume was equated, and it was just the same results.
Yeah, well,
But
anecdotally, I found that too.
but then obviously there's caveats. Say we've got like a new client coming into the gym and they want to like grow the chest or something like that. You wouldn't put all the volume on literally one session because they won't be able to tolerate it because it's a fucking large chunk in one go. And you'd
Yeah,
rather like split up like that. And obviously things like you said, like your nervous system pain, injuries, that's why you might need to work around it. But in terms of if there's no issues or anything like that and the volume's equated, then it
yeah.
shows there's not really much difference.
Why do you think people like to slag the bro split now?
Actually, I'm not the biggest fan of like an actual bro split where they're doing like chest, shoulders, fucking arms, legs, and shit like that. I'm not the biggest fan of it, and it's just probably just because it's old school. You only train it once a fucking like one muscle once a week. Yeah, there's more to it than that. There's like
I'm Googling it right now. So this is what someone's posted, physiquesgym.net. Why bro splits don't work, a comprehensive guide, right? Lack
You
of
do it,
frequency.
fucking Ronnie Coleman.
Lack of frequency, right? So that's what we've talked about already. They say research has shown that hitting a muscle group 2 to 3 times a week is ideal for muscle growth. Suppose that depends on what research you look at, who it was done on, what were the conditions, what intensity did they train at, what machines did they use, how was the resistance profiles matched to the strength profiles, did they train to failure,
There's
yeah.
more. Yeah, you can't just put a statement out there. Just a soundbite.
Lower overall volume. Another downside of bro splits is the lower overall training volume when you only train one body part per day. You may not be hitting that muscle group with enough total volume to promote growth. Don't know about that.
Nah, you could literally just equate the volume, do it all in one session if you wanted to.
And people who traditionally do the bro split, like one of my mates, Thomas, I call his training no stone left unturned. So he comes in to do shoulders, and he will do every shoulder exercise he can think of. He is just there for the duration, So I think people that tend to do bro splits tend to do a lot of exercises, a lot of sets and reps.
Yeah, we
Personally,
do. So like 4 or 5 sets, about fucking 10 exercises. Yeah, there's a lot of shit in there. There's a lot of stuff.
inefficient use of time. Bro splits can be inefficient use of time when you're only training one body part per day. You may be spending more time in the gym than necessary. Um,
Mate, if you're looking at a total beginner, then yeah, I would never give a bro split to a total beginner.
no, no,
Just
never would I, to be honest.
again, this gets to it, and it depends. So literally, if you if you get more experience, then potentially like bro splits might be a better option because then you might not be fully recovered, in time to, train again at that intensity or that loads and stuff like that. You might need longer recovery. So potentially that.
Yeah, I can't remember who I was talking to, or if it was at that maybe seminar I was at the weekend. But basically, they were saying that obviously people talk a lot about client preference, or if your client prefers that, if a client comes in and tells me they want to do a bro split, but you don't think that's right for them, are you going to override that? I probably would.
Mm.
Because there's a lot of that in the industry now. It's like, oh yeah, it's down to the preference of the person as well. It's like, yeah, well, what if that's not right for them?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. I don't think
you
they want to keep doing this, but it's fucking stupid as fuck.
you want
Uh,
to be a professional and do what's right for them, surely.
they've started lifting weights. They've been lifting weights for a couple of months, and they've been doing bro splits. Was like, oh yeah, I like doing bro splits, but this might be better for you.
Yeah. On the whole inefficient use of time thing, if someone's got less time to spend in the gym, say only 3 sessions a week or whatever, then yeah, I probably wouldn't use it. Like, I don't like you couldn't use it. Could you?
Exactly. Doing 3 a week. What you only do like 3 full bodies or something, don't you?
Yeah. Neglecting compound movements. I don't know who the fuck's written this, but people who do bro splits tend to do a lot of compound movements.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's just brush that one off. Imbalanced training. The
Oh,
bro split
God.
method can lead to imbalanced training by focusing on only a few muscle groups. You may be neglecting other essential muscle groups.
What does that even mean?
Neglecting muscles can create
What are you neglecting?
functional imbalances, leading to poor posture, increased injury risk, and poor movement mechanics.
Who's fucking writ that? They have no idea about mechanics if they have.
I mean, again, I suppose it depends on how that bro split is then written. Are
Yeah,
we
obviously,
are we
like,
training the right?
program. What exercises in it? You can't just say shit like that because bro, they can be effective, aren't they? If you choose the right exercise selection, etc., it'll be fine.
Yeah. Plateauing. The bro split method can also lead to plateauing. Well, I mean, so can every method.
No, anything can. You want to sort of plateau. No matter what, you're gonna get to a point where fucking hell, I can't fucking load this up anymore. I can't get any more reps.
That's not happened to me. I've just kept progressing and progressing and progressing. I'm actually Mr. Olympia now.
I wish it was that hell in you.
If you're not implementing enough volume, frequency, and variety in your workout routine, you may stall in progress and see little to no gains over time. By sticking to bro splits for an extended period, you may find yourself plateauing and unable to progress further. Well, lack of variety. It can lead to a lack of variety in your workouts. When you're only doing chest on Monday, back on Tuesday, and so on, your workouts can quickly become monotonous. This can lead to boredom with your routine and lack of motivation to continue training. What would you say to someone who, if you had a client that says, James, I'm a bit bored of this training, can you change it up?
How long have we been running it for? They said after 4 weeks. No. Depends. Literally depends. I'm a bit bored of training. It's like, why are you bored of it? I was like, oh, because we've been doing the same exercises 4 weeks. So, well, are you still progressing? Yeah. I was like, well, just fucking get like into that logbook or everything if you are tracking the fucking loads, and then just get excited about progression each week.
Yeah. I am. I don't mind like if I've had situations in the past where I've said, right, each session you go in, say let's use bro split as an example. Fuck them. Say it's back, right? On your back day, you're going to do a single arm pull down, you're going to do a barbell row, and you're going to do, I don't know, a spinal extension, for example. Those three exercises are non-negotiable. However, if you want to swap, a single arm dumbbell row for a machine row this week, or if you want to swap, a certain row for another row, or I don't know, there's exercises or the bicep curl variations or something. There's exercises where we can have a little bit of like wiggle room. You can change them up. But like we need something that's going to be trackable in terms of the progressions. Like are
Yeah,
we
exactly. It's good to
forward?
do that. I've done that before in the past where I've had like the last, like the first three exercises. They're the main ones. Want to see progress in those, and then the fluff stuff you can sort of,
Yeah, you
get.
can play around with it. But I think the longer you train, the more niggles you pick up, and the more you figure out the right way to train for your body. If you find movements that work for you and you can progress them, then fucking rinse them as long as you can. And you can change it. Don't get me wrong. After a good period of time, and once you've rinsed the progression out of them, but yeah, I think spending some time actually progressing movements, learning the skill of a new movement, and then progressing it. Like, I think
Takes
that,
time.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Anything else to add before we wrap that up?
I think that's pretty much everything. You've got a call soon, haven't you?
Yes, in 1 minute exactly. So
Let's say wraps up.
we'll wrap it up at that. But yeah, good to be back on again, and we'll try and make them a little more frequent.